Congresswoman Stefanik, good morning to you.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Good to see you. What's your reaction to that Trump and McConnell are standing in the way of the Democratic agenda?
Nancy Pelosi has politicized her entire time as Speaker of the House. The unifying belief of all Democrats is their hatred of President Trump. You know, I've been very frustrated as we've watched the mainstream media talk about her as a master negotiator when she continues to walk away, not just from negotiations, but from the American people. We see her politicizing as she calls us back from our districts where we are all working hard, helping our communities through COVID. So I've been very frustrated with how political and partisan she's been, particularly in the COVID relief space where they walked away from 3 different offers provided by Senate Republicans.
Congresswoman, I don't understand what is going on with this whole offensive that mail-in elections are going to go fine, mail-in ballots. If Donald Trump would stop shutting down sorters in the post office, this narrative is on hyperspeed. What's going on here?
It's a lot of misinformation. So first of all, I represent a very rural district, one of the most rural districts on the East Coast. We know how important our U.S. Postal Service is, but the fiscal challenges that the Postal Service is facing have been going on for decades. We actually acted to provide a $10 billion emergency loan. They haven't even tapped into that line of credit, but the postmaster has said on record that there are fully funds ready to go through 2020, August of next year. Our postal workers are out there every day working hard. When it comes to the mail-in ballots, we saw in the state of New York that the automatic mailed-out ballots were a disaster as they are still counting some of the congressional ballots.
Well, there's so much involved with this, and the average person just hears, oh, Donald Trump's trying to, hack the election by doing all that. It all comes down to the U.S. Postal Service's Postmaster General sent out that note and said, because some states have short turnarounds, you can actually ask for a ballot on the Thursday before the Tuesday of the election. And they just said, we don't know that we're going to be able to get that back to the counters in time. And that's where this all started. And I know the Republicans are going to oppose any more money. The Postal Service said that they've got enough cash to run through 2021. So I don't know what the big deal is. However, something you've been on this program, Congresswoman, to talk about in the past is Andrew Cuomo and the way he has taken care of the COVID problems, particularly with the nursing homes. We're going to take a flashback to Monday night at the DNC. Here is the governor of New York talking about what a genius job he's done handling COVID.
We climbed the impossible mountain, and right now we are on the other side. We saw the failure of a government that tried to deny the virus, then tried to ignore it, and then tried to politicize it. The failed federal government that watched New York get ambushed by their negligence and then watched New York suffer, but all through it learned absolutely nothing. For all the pain and all the tears, our way worked.
Our way worked, he said. And it was also announced that apparently it worked so well he got a book deal. There was no fact checker to what he said. So why don't you act as the fact checker right now, Congresswoman, and tell us what he got wrong in that?
So I'd be happy to act as the fact checker for Governor Cuomo as he continues to lie to the American people. First of all, when he talks about the mountain that we climbed, that's the mountain of deaths. And many of those deaths were caused by Governor Cuomo's failed and fatal nursing home policies. We lost more people in the state of New York than any other state across this country because of this mismanagement of the governor of New York State. In addition, when it comes to the federal support, the federal government and President Trump provided more support to New York State than any other state in the nation because we were the epicenter, because of the failed leadership, not just of Governor Cuomo, but of Mayor de Blasio. For example, we significantly increased the testing capacity of New York State. We sent the Navy comfort ship that was not used. We gave guidance from CMS about how we can protect nursing home policies. Governor Cuomo ignored that. And I am very, very frustrated that while the governor has time for a quick turnaround book deal, he doesn't have time to talk to New Yorkers who lost their loved ones in nursing homes. Those families deserve answers. They deserve accountability and transparency so that we can make sure those fatal and failed policies never happen again and we continue to protect our most vulnerable.
Congresswoman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Jillian has some more headlines for us.